When I first started this series in August of 2024, we had about 78 games remaining to have the full, complete-in-box North American library of Super Nintendo games. And by the end of this video, we will be in the final 10. Although this series has changed a little bit over time, I think it's gotten better with each episode, there is one thing that has remained the same, and that has been my determination to complete this goal and finish this collection. So today, we are going back to Geek Fest, which is the convention where this series started. And you might see some familiar faces. We're gonna find some stuff for the Super Nintendo collection. I know for sure, I've already spotted one thing that's coming home with me for sure. So Adam here, who I believe, I don't know if we've met before, but okay. But you have something that I spotted. And I think I have to have it. The Mario Paint bundle. Is it complete?
It is pretty darn complete. But for posterity, let's take a look.
Looks like I've got a little bit of tape on there, but that's not a huge deal. I'm fairly certain I don't have this one.
The only thing I remember, we did not have a first-party mouse, so it's got one of the Hyperkin ones. But
okay, not a huge deal.
You can come across the first-party mouse for about 20 bucks.
Yeah. Okay, so it's got some paperwork.
Yep.
Probably need to add a little bit more.
The console itself is actually really nice too. So.
Awesome. $250? I will take it.
Well, you can't take it. You have to purchase it, sir.
Oh, okay.
If you take it, we're going to turn that camera off.
Do you have any CIB Super Nintendo games?
I only brought a few over.
Okay.
They're around the other side of the booth.
Let's check those out as well.
The only ones I brought with me: Metal Marines, Nintendo, Ogre Battle, and Rise of the Phoenix.
Good ones.
That's why I brought them.
But not the ones I need, unfortunately. But I will definitely get that Mario Paint console bundle. That is super cool.
Got it.
Thank you so much. We got our first thing. This is a pretty sweet bundle that we did not have. It is a superset one, and I verified my list. I have a Mario All-Stars one, 2 different Mario World ones, and a Mario Kart one, and then a Star Fox one as well. So this one is new, checking it off the list. Most of the time when I'm at conventions like this, I'm walking around, I'm seeing really, really awesome stuff, but nothing that I actually need from the list. And so I can't really just rely on these few conventions that I go to every year to try to finish off this set. Luckily, I also own my own video game store called Double Jump Video Games, and not only do we get trade-ins every single day, but we buy people's collections, we get stuff mailed in, and every now and then, there's a game that I do need for the set, and that happened again. One of the cheapest games we still needed for the set is Riddick Bowe Boxing. This came from one of our regulars named Mike, and he does not want to be on camera. Trust me, I've asked multiple times. But this game is very interesting because I don't think I've ever actually seen this box in person. As you can see on the wall behind me, almost every single game is black. With the exception of Donkey Kong Country, it's got those green leaves on it, and then also Final Fight Guy, which is orange. But this one is red, white, and silver striped on all 4 sides of the box. So once this is on the shelf here, it's really, really going to stick out. This is not a game that I have any interest in playing right now, so we're not gonna do that, but don't worry, we do have some other ones coming up that we are going to be checking out. And of course, this is a beautiful, fully complete copy with the poster, registration card, and baggie for the cartridge. Just how I like it. They got some bangers in this little cabinet. See these Super Nintendo. Is there more? So much good stuff. They have the RoboCop vs. Terminator with a little plastic cover. Got some pretty good cartridges. Dang, no more boxed ones though. Jeremy's got some good stuff here.
Some decent.
I got the Math Blaster from you at the last Geek Fest with no poster.
Correct.
And I finally found the poster.
Got the poster.
Someone posted one on eBay.
Awesome.
I think
just the poster?
Just the poster. It was like $25, but still, I got it.
As much as the game. I know that's been kind of like this conundrum that people have been having, like, why is the manuals and the posters and the registration cards so expensive? And it's like, because they got thrown out, or they got mailed in, or the posters got hung up on the wall and mom threw them away, right? So there's a reason why these posters and manuals and stuff are so expensive.
They have some bangers in here. Chrono Trigger, Spike McFang, Turtles in Time. Oh my goodness. Here at the Pinkarilla booth with Kelsey.
Hello.
And we had a trade worked out before the show, and then we were like, hey, we might as well bring the stuff and do the trade here instead of shipping stuff. So you got, I think, that stuff.
Yeah,
there's a huge pile of stuff. 50 Mario Bros. Duck Hunts, and then a bunch of other stuff.
I've already started putting some of it in our baggies.
Nice.
Because it's a little slow here, so I can just start pressing.
So she needed a bunch of stuff for the store, and I wanted Sonic Blast Man 2. And you guys got like a trade-in. You texted me some photos and to see if I needed any, and I was like, well, I have them, but that one looks really clean.
Yeah.
And my copy of this, which I got recently in a recent video, is kind of rough. Like, it's got creasing on every side. The manual's in really poor condition.
I've never even seen one in box before, so.
Yeah, it's really hard to find.
Yeah.
So that was a nice upgrade, but then I was looking at stuff the other day, or yesterday, and I was looking in your cabinet and you had a couple more that I think were from the same trade, right?
I think so. This one might not have been the Pirates.
Well, either way, your prices are really good. I called them cheap prices, which
Thank you.
said thank you to. And I think these are also going to be condition upgrades. And so we also got Alien 3 and Pirates of the Dark Water, which Pirates of the Dark Water is already hard to find as well. But complete in box and in good shape, even harder. So thank you for the deals.
Thank you.
Traded more stuff for them. You get more inventory for...
This is all inventory for the store.
For 3 Pinkarilla locations in Seattle, 1 in Vegas.
These are all staying in Seattle. I don't think well, I'm going to ship some of the Mario Duck Hunts to Vegas. I don't think we need all of those.
It's a lot. And that was like maybe a third of what we have for them.
I
so
think
if
this
you need more,
this worked out well for both of us. We were running weirdly low on those. And
if you need more, let me know.
Great.
And thank you again. It's always fun checking out a really rare game for the first time, and of the 3 condition upgrades that I got from Kelsey, one of them is really, really rare, and that is Sonic Blast Man 2. I've never played this game, so I figured, let's check it out. Most of the time when we try out games for this series, they end up being pretty average or even below average. Luckily, Sonic Blast Man 2 is actually a really fun beat 'em up. I was able to get through to, I think, the 2nd stage boss, and ended up losing to him the first time. I didn't try it again because I'm short on time, but this is a very fun beat 'em up. You have 3 different characters to choose from. Each of them control a little bit differently. I think that the female character is probably my favorite. She has the quickest attacks, which makes it a little bit easier to survive a bit longer. The guy on the right, the green looking guy, he is the slowest, but seems to maybe have the most powerful attack. There's a bunch of items that you can collect to regain your health or give you like little special power-ups. The enemies are pretty standard, pretty generic so far, but the game overall is pretty fun. If you guys know me, you know that I do enjoy beat 'em ups quite a bit. I've never played the first one either, so I don't know how it compares to that. But the fact that you get unlimited continues is a huge plus for me, because these games are pretty tough sometimes. This is definitely one of them. There was one particular enemy that like took 2 of my lives and I couldn't even get a single hit on him, and it wasn't even a boss. Overall, this game is really, really good. I would highly recommend you guys check it out if you're into beat 'em ups. And yeah, unlimited continues is just such a big thing. It does restart you at the level that you were at as well, which is really, really nice. It doesn't restart you exactly where you were. You have to replay that level. But either way, Sonic Blast Man 2, thumbs up from me. In episode 9 of the SNES Quest, which was the last video in this series, I got a little bundle of boxes and manuals from somebody on Whatnot. One of those was for Street Hockey 95, and a random trade-in at the store allowed me to complete it and pair the cartridge with it. So adding the cartridge right now one more complete game for the set. So you brought something. We were talking about this yesterday. Yeah. Brought it today. This is something that I already have in the collection, but this is like a weird kind of upgrade.
Yeah, you don't see every day.
Yeah. So this is a Walmart exclusive Super Nintendo bundle that comes with the Super Game Boy and then the guide. But this one actually has the Super Game Boy box like glued to the front.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's got the not for resale stickers on it and everything, so it's official. My personal one doesn't have that. Like I've got the Super Game Boy separately, but it's not glued to the box. So it's kind of cool to get it in its more original form. But we're trading for a few games here. So thank you. I appreciate it. Good deal. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I did want to clarify for that trade, this is box only. It's got the styrofoam inside and a little poster, but no other paperwork, no console, nothing else. Obviously, this is empty as well, so it is box only. So after getting home and comparing this new box that I just picked up to the original one that I had in my collection, I do not think that I can justify swapping them out, because this one, while it does have that Super Game Boy box glued to the front, it's overall in pretty rough condition, whereas this one is really, really nice. You can actually see the glue marks on here where the Super Game Boy box used to be glued to this one, but overall this is just in such rough condition. What I'm considering doing is trying to remove this Super Game Boy box from this one and then gluing it onto this. I can tell underneath there that it's not just glued on, it's actually held on with like double-sided sticky foam, which may or may not come off very easily, but is easily replaceable. It wouldn't be 100% official, but it's not like I'm trying to pass this off to someone I'm selling it to. This would be going into my collection. So I'm thinking about doing that because these little not for resale stickers on here are unique to this particular bundle for the Super Game Boy. So I can't just take a different Super Game Boy box and put it on here. It would have to be this one. It's not in the best condition. I'm still considering it, but I guess let me know in the comments what you guys would do if you were in my situation here. I have no idea how many console bundles there actually are for the Super Nintendo, but it seems like every big convention that I go to, I see a new one that I haven't seen previously. Sometimes the price tag is a little bit too high and I can't justify grabbing it, but I love adding these to my collection when I can. I already collect all of the game variants, so why not also collect all of the console bundle variants? Yeah, I think these two, the Super Chase and Virtual Bart, were on my list recently, but I definitely have them now. You have some good stuff though. Ghoul Patrol, Mario RPG, Secret of Mana with the plastic on it, and Chrono Trigger, and Final Fantasy 3. Pretty awesome stuff. So just picked up Tough Enough from Charlie's Retro Reality. Definitely check them out. I think that they said that they do videos as well, so look them up. And I cannot believe we didn't find this game earlier because this is not a super rare one, but I'm so happy to knock one off the list. I didn't know if I'd find anything at the show today. What even is the actual title of this game? Because on the front it says, "Hey punk, are you tough enough? Master the moves to master me." That tagline seems a little sketchy, but is it called Hey Punk? Is it called Are You Tough Enough? Is it just called Tough Enough? The spine just says Tough Enough, but then the back says Are You Tough Enough? I don't know. Never played this game before. Let's check it out. Man, Sonic Blast Band 2 was so good. Tough Enough is so bad. This is a fighting game, but there's only 4 characters to choose from, at least at the very beginning. That's kind of weird. Usually you have a pretty good roster of people to choose from. So that's kind of weird. And then every time that you either hit the opponent or the opponent hits you, the game like pauses for like half a second. It's very weird. There's also an incredible amount of slowdown in this game, which is unusual for a Super Nintendo game, at least in my experience. I haven't really had that problem very much. This game is also punishing. It is so difficult right at the beginning. I can't even get one win on the first opponent. This game is so difficult. And it's one of those games where it's too easy to get caught in like a combination of attacks from the enemy and there's just nothing that you can do. You get hit, you fall down, you have to wait for your character to stand up. It takes too long. This game is not very good. I'm definitely not playing this one again. Cannot recommend this one, unfortunately. The last handful of games that we need to finish the Super Nintendo set here are not necessarily the top 10 rarest or anything like that, because I've gotten some pretty hard to find games out of the way early on with this collection, so I've been pretty lucky in that regard. But for whatever reason, the games that are still remaining on our list have been hard to find, even though some of them are not the most rare, not the most expensive. Some of the games we still need are well under $100, which seems crazy for a collection like Super Nintendo where there are multiple games that are well over $500. But for some reason, some of these games I just can't seem to find in person. So I can't really find anything else that I need, which it's been a problem anyway since I'm getting very close to finishing the set, but this is also a smaller show. There's a lot of vendors here, but a lot of them are doing like artwork and stuff, which is really cool, but they don't have games, so it makes it even more difficult. I'm gonna have to go to shows like PRGE or Southeast Game Exchange, which is this same exact weekend, but we're doing this local show instead. Those are gonna be my only chances to really find stuff that I need going forward. So we've added a brand new console bundle to the collection. We got a cartridge for a box that we already had. We had a couple condition upgrades on games, and then added a couple new games to the set as well. But now we have to begin the challenge. The challenge will start with the next episode in this series, which will be episode 11. The challenge will consist of trying to find the last 10 games that we need to complete the North American Super Nintendo library, and trying to find them in person if possible. I know for sure we are not buying anything on eBay to complete this challenge. I will give myself a little bit of leeway to maybe get things through my store, buy stuff from someone who emails me, get something from another YouTuber, something along those lines, but we are definitely not using eBay for these last 10. It's just not fun, and that would make the challenge way too easy. And as anyone who has collected a full set knows, when you get down to the last 10 or so games, it becomes incredibly difficult. More difficult than it's already been, and a lot of these games have been impossible for me to find, so I anticipate this challenge being extra difficult. So for now, we're gonna mark the couple games off the list that we got this episode, and we're going to prepare for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which is coming up in October. I'm not saying that there won't be an SNES Quest video before then, but I have no plans to do any conventions or do anything else before that. So if I don't see you until then, thank you guys for watching so far and sticking with me on this journey. And I'll see you guys in the next one.